See if I can find the evidence for this thing. Yep, there it is. I'll send the Wikipedia page for this woman. Ancient Greece, 316 BC. One of the wealthiest women in Greece. Cool.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Morning, Onyx. Good to see you. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mike is in the background. He's now here. This is a Saturday morning session 22, sort of. Still finishing up some fun things. For today, I think, because we're still waiting on Mr. Supa, it'd probably be a good idea to start not with our test that's coming up. But with your canceled herbology class, last time we were able to do a bunch of different things. We did defense against the dark arts, ancient runes, care of magical creatures, transfiguration, charms, potions, divinations, arithmancy. We got done so much. And in Defense Against the Dark Arts class, Professor Milne has at least extended an invitation to all of you to come down to the Muggle Studies class late in the week, and because he's putting on a sort of Muggle survival lessons that might help you in your group tournament.
Will it help us mechanically, Alex?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it can.
Cool.
Because the idea is that a bunch of pure blood wizards and slash kids don't know how to take care of themselves in the forest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. But goodbye again. You must be having some trouble.
Yeah, it must be.
But I believe I had narrated this previously, but we hadn't yet gotten it finished it. You had all checked for your next herbology class that was coming up. You looked down on the schedule, and you could see a little black mark be put over top of it, and it says, "Cancelled. Please report to your head of house." Well, each of you in turn go to your head of house. Morgan and Peter would be going to Professor Slughorn, while McKee would be meeting up with Professor Sprout. Arcturus is Ravenclaw, I believe, so he would be going
No,
on to...
Slytherin.
Slytherin, come on.
Phineas is
Phineas?
Ravenclaw.
Phineas is Gryffindor?
Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw.
You mixed them up.
Hello, Mike, are you back?
Maybe. My internet's been really bad lately, so kind of like last time, but much worse. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
So we'll cut over to McKee. You find yourself entering from the northern exit of the Oxford building, and through the doors, the light hits you in the eyes. It shines brightly over the many greenhouses on your left and right, and you can see um, other kids your age currently playing or spending a bit of time underneath of the archway that exits out into the north courtyard. Above that archway, there is a building that has been um, erected on the actual wall, and it is a large octagonal greenhouse that has a wooden stairs that kind of curl down on the left hand side for people to enter into. As you walk up, McKee, you can see Wilfred, Rin, and Morgan are currently well entrenched in a game of gobstones. And Rin's like, just take your turn already. I'll do it when I'm ready. Like, come on. You never want to rush a master at work. I do. Go! Wilfred says. And Morgan will roll his little ball into the center. It hits about three other ones, and they start to roll out. You can see them kind of roll and then hop of their own accord. Hop, hop! And one of them is going to hop high into the sky and then kind of stop. Oh, man, Rin says, and it squirts her in the face with pink liquid. Wilfred, too, at the exact same time. Ha ha! Yeah! Read 'em and weep. Coming down from the greenhouse, the door opens and Juniper is just heading down. She's carrying a large plant in her arms, and Professor Sprout says, "Thank you very much, June. Grab somebody and bring them up. I'll be waiting." She goes up. Juniper walks into the space. Hey, Mickey.
Hi, how are ya?
All right. They're doing career counseling, talking about the kind of things we might want to do after Hogwarts.
Oh, that makes more sense. I was a little bit confused as why we weren't having herbology.
Yeah, I guess it's for everyone. But we'll have herbology
I guess
next week.
so. That
Have you met
sounds
Brian?
good.
What did you say?
Have you met Brian? She says, holding up her like little plant. And I'll
Brian.
grab Brian actually. Here he is in a little glass case.
Very cute.
Can I make a herbology check to see if I know what that is?
Yeah.
Bet. 21.
21? I mean, yeah, you know what it is.
Wow. Is that a venomous tentacula?
Yeah. I always like the more dangerous ones. That's why I keep them in the glass case. Although, I've been working with them for a little while, and I'm hoping soon I might be able to take him out without him biting me.
Very cute.
I'm gonna like tap on the glass.
You tap, and you can see all the vines going to start moving of their own accord.
Oh, he's got quite the personality.
He's, I often talk to him. He's a good listener. Why don't you go up next? Get it all over and done with.
That sounds good. I can go next.
Okay. You go up the wooden steps, and at the top of the trap door, it's already open. You look inside. Who is it?
It's McKee.
Come on in. You walk into Professor Sprout's personal greenhouse. There's so many different kinds of plant life in here, of multicolored hues. There is tall stalks, short little shrubs, wide leafy plants, and in the center of the octagonal greenhouse is a tree that has these blood red fruits with these spiky leaves coming out the sides of them that hang low. Yeah, you can sit right over here, Professor Sprout says, sitting on a old crate and next to another one. She has a clipboard out. All right, let's see. McKee. She's like flipping through her papers while you sit.
What are those?
I'm gonna point at the tree.
That is a witch's ganglion tree. Pretty rare, actually. I got it many years back out from a supplier in China. Been growing it ever since.
Oh,
Quite proud of it. They don't
very
normally
pretty.
get that big.
I like it.
Suppose you would. Keep careful, though. Actually, eating the fruits are poisonous.
Oh,
The
it's
humans, that is.
poisonous.
What is she doing right now? She's looking through papers.
Yeah, she finds your name. Oh, okay. Quite the transcript this here, McKee. Been doing a wonderful job.
Really?
Indeed. All E's and O's, except for your history and magic grade, but I understand that. I could
I'm
never,
really
I
not
could
good
never
at
stay
that
awake in that
class.
class either.
Even if I was awake, I don't know if I would do that great. I don't think I'm gonna take it next year.
It might be a good idea to cut the rabble, she says. A little smile.
I don't really think I'm gonna need it.
Well, with grades like this, I mean, you're pretty close to head boy or head girl. I'm sure it would be your either one you would be eligible for.
I don't know if I would be able to beat Janice.
I don't have her transcripts, she says, but she does do quite well in herbology. But as do you. The two of you excel highly.
Herbology. That's definitely one of my favorite classes.
But McKay, she places her thing down. When it comes to somebody who has so much going for them, I have to ask, what do you want to do after Hogwarts? What do you want to pursue?
I want to just work for my dad.
She might know him. Probably does. What's
Probably
his name
does.
again? Oh, Kimball.
Kimball. Yeah.
Not for Kimball on the farm. I wouldn't see a problem with that. He has some of the best jumping cabbages I've seen this side of England.
Yeah, he does like anything that stays close to the ground. It's easier for him to reach.
He's still doing all right, I hope.
Yeah, he's well.
You can see she's thinking about something. She doesn't say it.
Is there something wrong, Professor? I don't know. It's so
You just remind me so much of your mother. If you're looking to be a proper herbologist, you'll probably want to be gaining newts in, and I need to get the fucking job thing open.
Really hoping to kind of diversify my dad's inventory. Maybe bring in some more potions ingredients with like animal stock and whatnot. Also, bringing in some plants maybe that he couldn't really take care of himself. Maybe get some willows in there. It'd be really cool to breed some of those.
Seems like you've taken this as a lot of thought. Well, if you want a greater idea of what you can do, I'd recommend definitely getting a Newt in herbology and potions, as high as marks as you can get. As for that, you'll need three of other Newts to be qualified for not just at your father's farm, but also elsewhere. If you want to make it better, I might recommend something such as ancient studies, but I don't think we'll be getting into that. She says, putting that down.
Yeah, I'm not taking that class. If I have been in history, I'm not going to be good at that either.
Or possibly even alchemy, but you'll need to be able to keep up your transfiguration and potions grade in order to qualify.
Sounds like a good option. Maybe I can find some way to use that with my plants or something.
My thoughts exactly. Somebody as bright as you, I'm sure you'll be able to bring that place to an even higher degree of standard than your father ever could.
Invention and innovation.
Um, she she'll smile down at your transcript. Well, I think you have a bright future ahead of you, and if there's anything I can do to help, let me know.
No, you could start by giving me some seeds of this.
And McKee's gonna point at like the plant, at the big tree.
Do you have any?
Make a persuasion check. It's a
Nat
natural
20.
Um,
Yes.
she says, "Ah, a little bit of a challenge you're looking for, huh?
Yes, I would
Witch's
love that.
ganglion is not for the faint of heart. They are very, very picky plants."
I know, but I think it'd be a nice addition to my dad's farm.
All right, I'm not making it in bulk anyway. She'll stand up. She's going to conjure like a small little sickle in front of her, and she will come up, grab one of the fruits, and cut it right off, and hand it over toward you. You'll want to take the pit, germinated for at least 14 days.
Will do. Anything else?
I'm sure the rest you can figure out on your own.
I'm sure.
Green grass.
Will do. Thank you.
And she will wave you off. Could you send Wilfred up next? He seems much too happy.
Good luck.
I'll go get him.
All right. As for the rest of you, Arcturus, you turn the corner on the seventh floor corridor and can see sitting at the end of the hall all the rest of the Slytherins. You can see Peter kind of tapping his foot really nervously, maybe thinking that he might be in trouble. Morrigan, I don't exactly know what Morrigan's doing. Just chilling, reading a book. I don't know.
Yeah, just
On the
chilling.
bag shelf side.
Just
What you say,
chilling.
Nash?
Just chilling. Yeah.
Gemma's not here right now. Arnesia and Taylor are currently just chatting, and Levi will look over toward you. Hey, Arcturus, you can sit next to me if you want. Now I'm unsure if you heard any of that. Mike, are you here?
Yep, I'm here. Sorry about that.
Did you hear any of that?
I did miss it. Sorry, I just got a call right in the middle of that, and I just had to hang up.
Of course. So you turn the corner over toward Professor Slughorn's office, and you can see most people are hanging out outside, waiting for their turn. Peter looks nervous. Morgan's just chilling. Gemma's not here. Ernesia and Taylor are speaking, and Levi looks over toward you and says, "Oh, hey, Arcturus. Come sit next to me if you want."
Yeah, why not? And he'll go over sit next to Levi.
Oh, It is a nice day when I can spend time here without Gemma.
Oh, is that why this corridor was so nice?
I think it's why most people are smiling. And you can hear Ernesia laugh and Taylor just stare at her. Even Taylor's having fun, he says. She looks just like always. Not any different.
Yeah. He'll just nod because Taylor's pretty inscrutable. Yeah. What are you hoping they'll say?
I don't
Ministry of
know.
Magic
I think
janitor,
it's,
right?
career counseling. Wait, sorry, did you say janitor?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't.
you
I
you
don't
weren't
want to be
you
a
weren't you were
janitor.
aspiring to anything more, were you, Levi?
I
And he'll
um,
he'll like give him a little like nudge with his elbow.
I hope not. My grades aren't bad. I was thinking maybe something with transfigurations, or if not, maybe I could go into electrical work, same as my mom.
What kind of work?
Oh, Muggle electricity. It's how we power different machines and whatnot.
Oh, it's how Muggles get around. I got it.
Yeah. Although I
Well, good luck with that.
find it kind of ironic, spend 7 years going to a school for wizards and end up still living out there in London. Who
Yeah, I
knows?
mean, if I had
Maybe
to
I could
give up
find a
all
way
my
to
magic
mix the
to,
two.
well, I'd be careful with that. I've heard many stories. Last I heard there was a feral car roaming around in the Forbidden Forest.
What? He's a little bit taken aback. But you're right.
Yeah, a feral car, some roving boiler system of some sort. All sorts of mishandled Muggle shit, if you ask me.
Or if it'll be one of those trials they keep talking about. I'm not going out there personally. Who'd want to spend all that time out in the forest?
I don't know. It's nice and peaceful out in the forest until it isn't.
I much prefer my heated common room. Thank you. The door opens up,
Mm.
and Gemma walks out. Right you are, Miss Drayton, right you are. Oh, hello, everyone. It seems like we have a few more people here today. Let's see who to start with. How about you, Peter?
Okay. Yeah.
Gemma walks out of his office and will plop herself down on the bench. I'm gonna go get some lunch, okay? Oh, already? Ernesia says. Yeah. And Gemma will get up and leave.
Peter will get up and walk shyly to the door and go.
Professor Slughorn has his hand out, like, gesturing for you to get inside, and he will say, "It'll only be a few minutes. Don't worry." He'll close the door behind him. It's like a heavy metal door with a slug knocker on it.
When
And,
the door shuts, Peter will jump.
Bit nervous, are we? He says, walking over toward his seating area.
Yeah, I would say. I don't really know much about wizard jobs.
So Peter and Phineas, I never got certain grades. I never knew if Phineas took divinations or not. Firstly.
Phineas did take divinations with McKee
Yep, he
last
did.
time.
Oh right, Phineas isn't here. I don't think I gave him a grade. And then with herbology, can I have you make a herbology check, Peter?
Okay.
So I
One
can give you a
sec.
grade.
Negative. Nat 1. Oh, 18.
Okay. And then a perception check for astronomy if you're taking it.
I will be taking it.
wait.
So I got an 11 in astronomy.
Wonderful. Got it. All right. So anyway, you can see Slughorn's large, ornate office. It is very lavish with fabrics that drape down from the walls and vaulted ceilings with a large brass coiling serpent like a chandelier. There is a balcony that's currently open and some wind is roaming through. You can hear the laughter from the Hufflepuffs down in the courtyard below. And there is a little seating area with chairs and a fireplace that's just embering right now. And Professor Slughorn says, "Would you like any tea?"
I would love to. Do you have any chai?
Get something whipped up for you. He'll flick his wand to the side, and a little a tea, not teacup, a teapot, will float off from the side wall, and will begin cooking up something for you. Sit.
Yeah, I'll sit. Back straight, hands on lap, just full attention.
Professor Slughorn will get out your transcripts and begin reading them. Ooh. Wait. Oh. When he first transferred here, I wasn't entirely aware of what to expect. He says, the ministry said it was special circumstances. You don't have to tell me, of course. You don't have to. He's like trying to bait for you to tell him anyway.
Yeah, it was just a lot of moving.
Of course. He's like quiet for another moment.
Just wide-eyed staring at him like, what's happening?
Well, as far as your grades go, he gives up on it. They have been exceptional in passing all of your classes. And much better than your first semester, he says.
Thank you.
Looking at it here, well, I think that you're going to be perfectly qualified for many different things. Mr. Peter, coming from your background, I assume you may not understand a full bit about the jobs that are available to you after you are done in these illicit halls.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people saying what they want to do, but I just don't get what they mean a lot. It's quite strange, I should say.
You'll probably find many avenues the same as muggles. We have actors, artists, astronomers, authors, dragonologists, the usual. Like that last one, I don't think muggles have that one. But there is a large amount, so for everybody. Actually, wait, I think you can find the list of them all in #jobs. Yeah. There's a lot of them. Actor, alchemist, archivist, arithmancer, artist, astronomer, orologist, author, breeder, broadcaster, broom maker, court scribe, curse breaker, dragonologist, dueler, editor. Just keeps going from there. There's plenty of different avenues that one could take. Here, he'll hand you basically a list of kinds of jobs. I have notes here from your teachers. They say that you seem to excel in herbology, arithmancy, and, well, in my own potions class, you don't have bad either.
Yes.
So something you're interested in, something that speaks to you that you've been able to accomplish here at school.
Well, if anything, I really want to probably become an author. There's so much crazy things I've seen that I want to write about them.
Really? I don't do that every day, he says. Of course, the statute of secrecy might behoove you a little bit, but I'm certain that you could make a good author. I recommend History of Magic and Ancient Studies as your notes. See, this year we will be conducting, no, next year we will be conducting Owls, which is your ordinary wizarding levels. These owls will pave the way for you for your newts, and I don't quite remember what the actual newt abbreviation is, so I'm going to quickly get that. Newt abbreviation. No, no, that's not. Why did it say that? Harry Potter, Harry Potter. We're all learning together right now. Oh, nastily, and to pave the way for your newts, these nastily exhausting wizarding tests, he says. And truly they are. I can still recall when I was your age taking them. They were on a different level. But I digress. When it comes to newts, we use them as ways to prove our excellency to would-be employers. If you want to become an author, however, there's a great amount of personal moxie that's taken, creativity and writing prowess, and you should be able to find those skills in History of Magic, and you'll be able to find creativity and emotion in Ancient Studies.
Thank you, Professor. I think I'll take
Was
those
there
classes.
perhaps a plan B, secondary option?
Well, I've noticed that as I've been here, there's a lot of things that are frankly weird. So I kind of want to change those things too. Maybe,
In what way?
well, I've noticed that students are treated differently based on where they come from. So I want to try and help with that.
Yes, it is unfortunately a cancer. One that I dealt with in my youth and still pervades until today. You would be looking to perhaps become an activist, a lobbyist. I know a few. They have made a name for themselves in the coming years. Have you heard of a very strong young witch by the name of Hermione Granger?
I have. She was the one that made the spew. The spew? I think that's how you say it. For elves.
The house elves have been thriving under her help. Society is changing. It's hopeful. Even I myself have decided to employ my house elf, given her recommendation. And Merrick seems to be very, very happy. He enjoys wearing his little suits, and he's so cute. Oh, I digress. Perhaps I might be able to grant you an audience.
Are you sure? That would be amazing. It's so much to learn from her about how to start up and make sure everyone can join.
Well, she used to be a part of Slug Club, and well, once a part of Slug Club, always a part. I should be able to send her an owl within the day.
Thank you, Professor. Peter's just smiling now. He's lost all the nerves.
Very interesting career paths you've chosen, but I can see that they are important to you. And I think that is what is most important when it comes to choosing something like this. We can always choose for money or power, Tried to go for that, but I find that happiness lies in the passionate and devout.
Thank you, Professor. Those are wise words.
Let's not keep you all day. That is my recommendation. Perhaps I'll be able to help, and I hope you have a good group tournament. I heard that you were signed up.
Yeah, I signed up with Phineas, McKee, and some other people too.
Our champion himself, he says, with a little smile. Good luck.
Thank you. And I'll get up and walk out.
All right. Oh, can you send in somebody? Just pick for me.
Okay.
You would have been able to have the tea, by the way. I forgot to narrate that, but
Oh, tea. I love chai.
tea.
Well, chai means tea, so it's TT.
Chai. It's chai.
It's just chai.
Yeah.
It's the cool word. In mini mocha shagbai, so if I was like, go Arturus. I did the
Yeah.
Are you good to go, Arturus?
I guess.
Arturus, Professor Slughorn says he wants you.
Yeah. Wants me, eh? That sounds a little scandalous. We don't enter the room and close the door.
I think Levi will chuckle at that. That's a funny comment. You walk inside and you can see Professor Slughorn right now standing in the door to the balcony and just kind of enjoying the sun and the wind hitting him. Turns around. Ooh, Mr. Black. I see. Come on in. Come on. I've set us up out. I've set us up out on the balcony.
Oh, nice, Professor. It's a good place for conversation. And he'll join him.
He will walk you out there. You can see like a little table and chairs, like patio sort of furniture that's out here, and he will sit down. Still have a bit of chai, actually, if you were looking for a spot of tea.
Oh, I'd love some, Professor.
He will pour you a glass that's nice and steaming. He stares down into the fields and the forests that are softly moving in the wind below. It's a beautiful day. Don't always get these. Always so rainy out here.
Well, that is the Scottish Highlands for you, Professor.
Too true. I've always dreamt, perhaps, of going elsewhere. Perhaps Egypt, I was thinking. At least for a little
Egypt,
while.
Professor.
Yes. Always dreamt of it, but never actually left the country. Or New York, I hear, is exceptional. Many muggles live out there.
Sounds like a dream worth pursuing.
Perhaps. But for now, I have responsibilities elsewhere, he says, tapping his like clipboard he has. Well, Mr. Black, this is the character that returned, right? To school? No? No,
Nope.
that's the other one. That's the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Slughorn turned away, by the way, for this conversation?
I suppose you guys are
Like
out on
looking out over the balcony?
He's like looking out. He's sometimes looking out and kind of glancing over at you, you know?
Yeah, well, Arcturus is going to take a moment when he's, like looking away to subtle spell Evanesco the tea away.
You definitely could do that. So you don't have to drink it. He says,
Exactly.
"Well, Mr. Arcturus, you're doing all right. 7 classes is normally the minimum that I request. Any less, and well, you kind of stifle your options. I see you're having a bit of trouble in herbology. There's some runes. I mean, there is some notes from Professor babbling about your rune work. But one must not needs be good at everything."
Yeah, I'd rather stick to application of the herbs, not how to tenderly care for them.
Well, you seemingly do well at using them, at least. Speaking about your E in potions, I am wondering, however, Mr. Octavius, I saw your prowess during the. Were you? Did you skip the dueling tournament,
Yep,
or were you a part of it?
I skipped it. I purposely didn't go because Wilfred was there, and actually he'll interject and say, "Mr. Black, Professor," because he knows that
Oh,
Slughorn cares about
I,
names.
he says, if you like. Um, so did he call you that early? Like I always swap between like first name, last name, Mister. Um, he he says you would make a fine potioneer, but normally employers like for a better understanding of herbology, an ability to create and capture such ingredients is important if you want to make the fresh stuff.
Potioneer, and definitely an interesting career, Professor. Do you think I have the aptitude for that?
Certainly, with a little bit of luck and a little bit of work, you'll be able to get your transfigurations up, your potions. You could pursue it, but I suppose I should ask you, what are you interested in pursuing?
Well, I was thinking about some good old fashioned entrepreneurship.
Ooh, really? A special store owned by a black?
Exactly.
And what would be the purpose of this store? What would be its niche?
I don't know. It could sell all sorts of things, Professor. Uh,
Such as?
defensive magical objects.
Hmm, very
Uh,
interesting.
a store for the
And
soul of things rare and wondrous, and certainly not dark
I would
arts.
always, I would love to go to a store like that. Closest would be Borgin and Bergs, and well, they have a bit of a reputation.
Oh yes, exactly. Just the sort of thing I'd want to avoid with a reputable seller of wondrous items.
Looking to perhaps set up shop in what, Diagon or elsewhere? Perhaps somewhere else in the world.
Yeah, could be anywhere.
Well, I've been a part of a few different consulting practices on places. I even did do a bit of advice for Weasley Wizard Weezers and could see how well they're doing. um, Even Gamble and Japes has gone out of business since they started up. And it can be done, but these places out in Diagon Alley are well established, often already hundreds of years old, which presents a opportunity and a difficulty. A difficulty due to brand loyalty, but also an opportunity. When businesses are that old, they fail to innovate. Perhaps you could be that innovator.
Precisely. And you never know, I've heard Borgin and Burke are both getting up on the years, and I don't know if they even have kids. But really
Ooh,
unfortunate if something were to happen to my competition.
Borgin died a few years back, of course. But Caractacus is still the same old shriveled prune that he was many years back. I think he was born that way.
Uh, yeah, that's what I've heard anyway.
Well, I think you could certainly do it. You might want to search different shops, start to gather an inventory. Defensive magical objects are not commonplace by any account. You might be able to find some in the junk shop, or perhaps start selling Borgen's own materials. Or you could find out where Borgen finds such materials. The pawnbrokers, I know, carries a few odds and ends here and there.
Well, Professor, as we know, Borgin is a moderately successful business person, but he has to work on commission because he doesn't have the skill to actually go ahead and go out and get materials of his own. And that's definitely where I plan to excel.
Ah, curse breaking then. Adventure! Going into old places, finding what is there to be found, and then selling it for yourself. Extraordinary, he says.
Yes, that is exactly what I plan to do.
If you wish to become a curse breaker, curse breaker's like Indiana Jones.
Oh no, I'm thinking like curse maker. Like he's like, oh yeah, go in and find stuff and get rid of it, and I'm like, oh yeah, go in and steal shit from people and resell it.
I mean, he can't recommend that you become a thief. So the thing he's thinking of is curse breaker. Curse breaking is difficult work. In order to become properly employed, or at least even have the skills capable to do something like this, you would need roots in arithmancy, defense against the dark arts, potions, transfigurations, charms, and ancient runes. So you'd want to probably speak to this babbling about that grade of yours.
Mm. Well, that sounds like quite a plan, Professor.
So you're taking all those classes, so you're on track for something like that.
That's fair. But I don't want to have to care about my arithmancy grade. Spend more time with Jonas than I have to.
You have quite the mind. Quite the mind. I wish you luck, he says.
Well, thank you, Professor.
And you best believe that I will be there, wherever you're set up, to check out your inventory. I always like to collect, he says, gesturing to his office.
Oh, well, if I happen to find anything of interest, I'll be sure to bring it your way. You'll have first dibs.
He will stand up, and the two of you will walk out toward the front door. Thank you for coming today, Mr. Octopus. I can set up an appointment with Miss Babbling if you'd like.
Well, that would be wonderful, Professor.
It'll be done, he says, and the door will open up, and you can walk out back into the hallway. All right, who's next? Oh, Oregon. There you are.
Hi. Yes, sir. I'll go in.
Professor, we've been waiting for a long time, and you can continue to wait, he says. Come on, Miss O'Dwyer.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll go in with him.
Okay. Of course, you're able to view that wonderful office of his, and he walks forward and kind of just lightly touches the face of this large round table that he has in the middle of the room. And then he looks back toward you. He says, it's a good day, is it not?
Oh, lovely, sir.
Everyone seems to be in high spirits. I like that.
I'm
Some days it can be draining, trying to keep up appearances and faces. But I hope that my jovial appearance can lift a few people up from time to time.
I do appreciate your demeanor, sir, if no one else does, but I think you are a wonderful teacher, for what it's worth.
It might put a little bit of effort into it, but it is not disingenuous, I assure you.
I'm glad to hear that.
Sit, please.
Of
Gesture
course.
to his couch.
Yeah, I'll sit.
Okay. He says, when you came into our classes a few years back, I was apprehensive, to say the least. I was wondering what kind of young witch had been suffused into our ranks. And, well, you have not failed to impress, he says.
I'm glad to hear that.
Certainly your expertise in potions has not gone unnoticed, he says with a smile.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, sir.
And elsewhere you seem to be too moderate. But today we're here for careers, the kinds of things that we want to pursue later in life, and how we might be able to plan now in order to achieve those goals. What kind of goals have you had for yourself, Mr. Dwyer?
Goals.
Indeed.
My goal,
Everyone needs them.
I understand, sir, but my goal is currently to keep my sister safe and myself, ideally.
A worthy goal. And one that it seems you are already doing a good job at. No one's in mortal peril or trouble.
Sorry, what was that, Alex? I didn't catch that. You're too.
No
Your
one is
volume
in
is-
mortal peril or trouble, he says with a little laugh.
I both, sir.
I both? Sorry?
Oh no, I said. So he asked me if I was in mortal peril or trouble. Is that what he said?
No, he said no one is in mortal peril or trouble.
Oh,
with a
okay.
little laugh.
So in that case, I tell him, we're in both, sir.
His face kind of goes a little more serious. Is this a joke? I don't understand.
Oh, I'm afraid not, sir.
He puts down his clipboard. Perhaps I might be able to help. Is there something going on?
Are you familiar with what's going on in Ireland, sir? Are you familiar with my mother? I don't suppose you
I
are.
have not been told of your family history. I apologize.
Oh no,
I don't
that's
feel the need to stoop on everyone.
no, sir. My it's good that you don't know. I think, but my mother, especially, is what you British might call a dark witch.
Many in my time.
So, Alex, I can barely hear you. I'm sorry. Your
Okay.
volume is
I'll
low.
move my microphone.
Okay,
He says,
cool.
"Oh, I've known many in my time.
I
Are you
I
safe
think you
at
might
home?
have. Sorry, what was that?
Are you safe at home?" He says.
I ran away from home, sir. Currently, I'm living with an uncle. I'm living with an uncle in London, whom I trust. He's one of my father's relatives, but my sister's there. She'll be starting school next year. But I ran away from home, from my mother and her, well, organization.
I see. Part of the riots out there on the island. Yes?
She orchestrated them, yeah, but she is, Professor, my mother is a monster. I cannot let my sister go back to her or myself. That's why I came to Hogwarts in the first place, to get away from her.
This uncle of yours, is it?
Oh yes, we're, for what it's worth, purebloods.
Do you believe that he possesses the capability to protect the both of you?
I don't know, but it's the best. It's the only family I've got. Otherwise, I'd be out on the streets, really.
Well, I might be able to start a request form if it's something that you would be interested in.
A request.
Sometimes, in extenuating circumstances, students are allowed to stay at Hogwarts. It is a bastion of old power, a stronghold, one that is meant to keep out dangerous individuals. You could
I
stay here.
I won't stay here unless my sister is here, but she won't be starting until next year.
Just my point. We would be able to bring her here early, and she could stay here before her sorting ceremony.
Is that something that we can do, sir?
It's something we can request. We would need the approval of your guardian, of course, so your uncle will have to acquiesce.
My guardian. Aye, okay, all right. I'll talk to him, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. That would be a load off my mind at least.
Well, Miss Morrigan, these things, while they may seem insurmountable now, they do pass. It will be a day, not long.
You've
You will be
never.
safe, comfortable, and ready to take on the future. I'm
Sir, can
excited to
I?
meet your sister.
I'm happy to hear that. Sir, can I be frank with you? Like honest, Uh, maybe a little blunt.
It's what I prefer.
You've never met my mother. You don't know what she's done. You don't know what she's capable of. I've seen her cast the Cruciatus curse on people. I know what it does to them. She made me watch, sir. And she's a little shaking and crying a bit. She made me watch while she did it.
Yep.
And she wants my sister more than me. She's given up on me now. I wouldn't be surprised if she killed me, but it's my sister she wants.
Grave indeed. I think you would be most safe here. Perhaps we let the career counseling wait until we feel a little bit more comfortable about our future.
I I haven't, I'll be honest, sir, I haven't given much thought to my career. The closest
Why
thing,
would you? He says, living in such difficulties, it's hard to think of the future when all we can do is think of the present.
and I would have gone to the ministry, but my experience with horrors has not been wonderful either.
Yes, yes. They have not always been what they're supposed to be. The ministry, I fell out of sorts with them many years back. Still know many people out there try to maintain appearances. It's scary, the kind of things that transpire behind closed doors.
I'm aware
So I do my
of your.
best to try to be behind them rather than in front of them.
Can I ask you something, sir, if you don't mind, and you don't have to answer this?
I'll listen.
What was he like, Tom Riddle?
You can see he's like lower jaw kind of quivers a little bit. Make a persuasion check.
Okay. $22.
Okay. He will stand suddenly
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to. I'll leave. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
I
sir.
suppose it's only natural for you to have interest in such things.
Oh, I don't have an interest, sir. I don't have no interest in dark magic.
In
I wanted to
knowing
know
the
if my
enemy,
mother was.
he says.
Sorry, what was that? What did
He
he say?
says, in knowing the enemy, he reassures you.
Oh, okay.
But he was not always an enemy, not to me. You're right. I did teach him at one point, long time ago. He starts to walk away toward a uh, wooden, oh, sort of like a wooden vanity on the far right hand side of the room. You want to follow?
Yep, I will.
He walks over toward it and kind of holds his hands over it. It was a long time that I beat myself up about the path that he took. He starts to open it, and you can see so many pictures of different people who were once a part of Slug Club, and there are pictures of important individuals such as Kingsley Shacklebolt, Severus Snape. There's even a picture with Harry Potter in it.
Hermione and you.
Yeah, Hermione's there too. Trying to think. Oh, there is the founder of Honeydukes. There is Gwenog Jones, the captain of the Holyhead Harpies. Oh, you can see Professor Diltero as a young man. He's on
Oh,
there
nice.
too.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a bot, and he will go and there's a picture that is tucked in behind another one. He will pluck it out. He looks down toward it. He was a boy. Looks like the rest of us. He hands it over toward you.
Yeah, I'll take it.
He
I'll look at it.
went down a dark path. And you can see him standing next to Slughorn with a big smile, and like him with Abraxas Malfoy and
His
Evan,
gang.
yeah, Evan Rosier, and
Yeah.
all of them are standing around with Slughorn.
So he seemed like a popular man, popular boy. Lots of friends.
I thought for a long time about what I could have done to make it better. Yes, he was very popular. Not well liked, mostly feared. I suppose I should have seen it. But the past is the past. He grew into the man that he chose to be, as we all do. We are not yet products of our raising or our past. We are constantly in flux, constantly changing. I've held opinions, and thoughts, and feelings that I do not to this day. People only change if they want to. And I don't think his goal was anything but his end. He'll take the little picture from you.
Yeah, I'll give it back to him.
He was a bright boy. Made head boy in his year. And he will pin it to the side. But inevitably, sometimes I would say that he fell in with the wrong crowd, but I would have to say that wrong crowds fell in with him. He was terrifying and powerful. Only
How did he
wizard
how did he
comes only once in a generation like that.
how was he to his friends? I'm just wondering. Did he treat them well? Did he
I would say that he didn't have any friends. No, not quite. Just people whom he kept around like tools.
I see.
He was young. I certainly thought that he had a great amount of people who were fawning over him, and that is still true. But knowing him deeper, I don't think he valued any of them.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry, sir, if I brought up any painful memories. I didn't mean to upset you.
Important that we view these things as they are, and not look away, not turn our backs. If the knowledge of him, how he developed, could help you, I'll do what I can.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing. That did help.
I'll get that recommendation written up, and hopefully we'll be able to help you to feel a little safer.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate that. By the way, Alex, my sister's character art is in the art channel if you want to look at it. But yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I think I might have seen it earlier.
Yeah, you might have. Oh yeah, then
yeah.
I'll walk out. She's
I
gonna
got
be a
confused at first. I was like, "Is Ash playing a new character?" And then I
No.
remembered. I was like, "Oh right."
She's a Gryffindor. Like yeah. So yeah, I'll walk out of the office.
He'll follow you out.
Yeah.
All right, Tunisia, you're up next. Finally. I'm surprised Supa still isn't here. Let's go do him.
Well, not in front of all of us.
All right, well, if he's not here, we will do our history of magic test.
I just did it like 2 weeks ago, Alex. It's Sunday
Did
afternoon.
you? We can just skip it if you guys want.
It's up to you. I don't mind.
Yeah,
taking
let's
it.
just skip it then. If everyone's done it.
I don't care. I'd do it. I was just gonna goof off and do all the answers wrong. Like,
Of course, we've got what invention is Gaspard Shingleton known for? Can someone tell me without the multiple choice? That would be interesting.
oh, what was the question?
Collapsing
I'm sorry?
cauldron.
What
Never
mind.
invention is Gaspard Shingleton known for?
The self-stirring cauldron.
Self-stirring.
The
Yeah.
self-stirring cauldron. You're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
So
That was
said.
close.
though. Yeah. Ash is
That's what I
right. I'm
said.
saying Nick is
All
wrong. Who ended the reign of Emmerich the Evil?
Egbert the Egregious.
Not Uric the Oddball.
No.
I thought it was Terry the accountant.
Terry.
That too.
Fun fact.
Or no, it was
Fun fact,
Terry from the IRS. That's what it was.
Fun fact. There in the Weasley family, there is an accountant.
I believe it.
That is mentioned in the first book. The Weasleys have an accountant relative. I'm assuming they're a squib. I don't know.
Terry
Probably.
from the IRS took him down for tax evasion.
This building is certainly not up to code.
Oh no, not OSHA.
I had a really funny thing back in the day. I had like a gnome city that was like a really big in technology and whatnot, and there was like a area of tinkerers that like hung out outside. It was like a whole district where people worked, and somebody blew something up, and they were like, "Terry, put that away." What? You're gonna bring OSHA down on all of us, and it wasn't occupational health and safety. It was a woman named OSHA with a shrill voice who yelled at people.
So the same, about the same.
Okay. And then we've got maybe. Sorry, we got the During the International Warlock Convention of 1289, why did Sardinian sorcerers wear red? Is anyone able to tell me?
Because
That was a
they
hard
look
one.
pretty.
I mean, they were protesting something. I forgot the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they were
I don't know
protesting.
if Jordan knows.
Fuck, I forgot what they were protesting though.
In
The writ
protest
of
the
acceptable attire.
Jesus Christ,
That's
Jordan,
correct.
what
The
the
writ
fuck?
of acceptable attire.
How do you know that?
Because I know
Jordan's
everything.
I'm sure
Jordan
you do,
knows
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And then, how many times was Gwendolyn the Weird tortured and killed at the stake?
0.
She was never killed.
43 times, because my family
She's
did it,
never
and we
killed.
don't let them die.
Yeah, Peter's adamant, like, nah, we killed her. I guarantee it happened. You guys are just lying.
We did it. I was there for the last one.
Name one of the 5 major factors that led to the Goblin uprisings of the 17th century.
Property rights.
Goblin rights for what?
No, just goblins. They were one of the most important 5 parts.
Goblins are one of the 5 major factors.
If there wasn't
They're just-
goblins, there would be
they're
goblins.
just
Property
goblins.
rights. Property rights.
Property rights.
Wand use.
What were you saying, Ash?
I was saying I put in wizard racism in the previous test. You were like, oh yeah, that works.
Yeah.
I mean, that's sort of a very.
Yeah, I guess.
It's sort of like an over-encompassing reason, but yeah.
Yeah. This is pretty
Just saying.
vague there.
If goblins
use.
weren't
Wand
if goblins
use.
weren't there, then they wouldn't be a goblin rebellion. It's one of the major 5 parts.
I mean, I can't
Well.
knock that logic. So.
That makes sense to a certain degree. Yeah.
And
That's
then what is the
technically
plural
correct.
name for phoenix?
Phoenixes.
Phoenices.
No,
What's the
No.
American plural?
phoenixes is what it
The
is.
American plural is phoenixes.
It's not an American
the
plural.
British.
It's no one who says phoenixes. Like that doesn't make any sense.
The British
That's
do.
literally the
That's the
plural of
British
it, yeah.
English. And Peter, can I please get a history and magic check for you to set your for how you did on that test?
Awesome. Can I also say that I hate the fact that there's no Mr. Bin's art? My boy needs some
Sorry,
art.
it's not. I tried about 8
Try
million
again.
times. I couldn't get it. No, it's
Try
not
again.
possible. It's
Can I
not
double check
possible.
notes for tests? Question mark.
Make him as if he was alive. Don't make him as a ghost.
Alex,
What are you saying, Peter? Sorry?
can I double check notes for test?
No, because that's only for spellcasting.
Oh, do I have inspo? Please say I do.
You check it.
I
There's
don't.
tracker for it.
Oh. Sadness. All right, I got 10.
There.
The sadness of it.
All right. I have set you as an A. Just barely. Okay. After that, we have Muggle Studies. Yeah. Muggle Studies. We've got. I'm sorry, my brain is elsewhere right now. Just trying to get it back on track here. With Muggle Studies here, you guys. Well, the question is, are you guys going to Muggle Studies, right? So I believe Peter is going there.
Yes, I'm in Muggle Studies, so I'm going.
I'm already in Muggle Studies, I think.
Yes, Morgan, you are in Muggle Studies. But Arcturus and Mickey, are you guys going?
Yep, I'll do that.
Nope.
Okay. Arcturus gets a free period. So where my mind is right now is wondering if we want to continue after Muggle Studies, because after Muggle Studies would be the group tournament, and I know that Supa isn't here. Um, and for instance, we could postpone. I could give. I could give. Um, I'd give your money back essentially. Or you could like I don't know, $5 or something. If we wanted to wait for Supa, I just wanted to ask everybody what you guys wanted to do and extend the option.
I mean, I don't mind waiting. It's fine. I'm not like it's not like I'm doing anything else right now. So it's like, yeah. It's up,
Yeah,
up to you guys.
Nick,
I don't mind waiting either. Though, yeah, if Supa just doesn't end up coming, yeah, we can just end after this though too. I don't really mind on either side.
yeah, I can send some refunds there for you guys. Okay, yeah, we'll do Muggle Studies. We'll do a little bit.
Why don't we do like Muggle studies in a free period each and then be done?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Jordan.
I think that sounds
I think
good,
it's
so
good.
that we can
Yeah.
do some prep or whatever for the group.
Yep.
Because you said it was gonna be 30 minutes, right?
Yeah, and if he's past the 30 minutes, he's probably stuck with work or something.
Yeah. So with everyone who's going, everyone other than Arcturus, you guys find yourselves in the Muggle Studies classroom. It's on the first floor of the Oxford building on the left-hand side, and through the open doorway, you find that very mundane, very normal-looking Muggle Studies classroom with a wide door on the right-hand side that exits out into the showcase. You can see currently Professor Milne standing in that showcase, and many students who are kind of huddled around different places in the classroom, and you can hear voices coming from inside. He's currently talking to Drusilla and says, yeah, I do have that station. It's right off the right. Yeah, a bunch of maps. You'll be able to look over my own notes on the topic. Thank you very much, Professor. Of course, anytime. He'll turn back and he walks over by where Reese is nearby with sitting there with Ernesia, I think, and the two of them are working on knots, tying knots. Reese has been able to get like a good fisherman's knot. Good fisherman's knot, Reese. And Reese will kind of beam with joy. Thank you very much, Professor. This is actually kind of fun. You sound surprised, Milne says. And Ernesia's like, just makes a big knot. Just a gnarled knot. And you guys all walk in at that time. Oh, Morrigan, I see you've shown up. Peter, you brought McKee. Hello, Greengrass.
Professor.
We had a pretty good turnout, actually. I'm excited.
Who doesn't love camping, Professor?
My thoughts exactly. We have a few stations out here, obviously tying knots. We also have finding water. Drusilla's over there. We've got pitching in a tent or building shelter out in the showcase. I've got an actual pitchable tent, and we also have some tarps and twine. We also have starting a fire done in a little nice area. No magic, Nate! No, what? Actually, he would be saying that toward Logan. No magic, Logan. Well, how am I even supposed to start it then? You can hear him yell back. We have identifying poisonous plants over by Juniper in the corner there. Crafting a snare. There's a snap. Hey, it worked! You can hear someone say. And Wilfred is currently getting himself tangled up in a fishing line. Wilfred, let me help.
Well, there's a lot to do. What are you guys going to go for? Morgan, Keith?
I don't know. Never done anything like this. So isn't Nate there, Alex?
Nate is there. You can just catch him as he is. A tent has already been erected next to him, and he is currently working on setting up a tarp with like twine, and putting up a big a lean-to essentially.
I
He's
would say
building
because
shop.
I did the downtime with him, I probably have been camping with him once. I would say.
Oh yeah, yes you
Yeah,
have.
I did a downtime, so yeah, I'd say, hey,
You're walking over.
yeah, or yeah,
Okay.
unless someone else wants to go first, but yeah, that's
Oh hey, you decided to show up. He says.
I've been in this class all semester.
Is it
You're the one
any
who just
good? I've never been in Muggle Studies before.
it's pretty good. I've learned a lot. Maybe not. You're more familiar with the Muggle world. I don't know how good it'll be for you, but I've learned quite a bit.
Well, I've never actually set up a lean-to before. The tent was easy.
What?
He a lean-to. Here, and he will toss you a book, and it is a old uh, Boy Scouts guide from the
Oh God.
'80s
Oh
with
God.
like the illustrated pictures and whatnot.
Cool. What?
Very
This is a
useful.
Muggle book.
And this is Muggle Studies. You really
Oh,
so
I know.
surprised?
Just no. Very funny, but no. I I say. So what are we doing? I can help you.
Yeah. Well, the first thing is being able to find a good space. I've set up a few wooden staves here if you want to help.
Sure. I'll help you.
We have to think about rain, especially since we're in Scotland. Um, how that might affect and how we're going to um, redirect it down toward the ground away from us. We'll probably want a raised platform for a
Tertia.
bed so we keep away from the creepy crawlies.
And we can't use Tertia.
Not supposed to. I mean, when we're out there on the field, certainly can.
Right. All right. Well, let's. Yeah, I'll do whatever he suggests. She has no idea, like none, about any of this stuff. So she'll do her best to help him out, basically.
Make a survival check.
Oh God. Okay. It's gonna suck. Uh, that's an 8.
8. Okay. You know, you've gone camping before. Roll advantage. I'll give it to you.
All right. Still an 8.
Nice.
2 8.
Well, you get a little bit distracted while you're setting up the tent. You keep messing up on like the little knots, and whenever you guys move to the next one, it like bing comes out, and the tarp kind of goes untaught.
I'm
Uh,
I'm sorry.
maybe just
I'm
the regular tent might be easier for you.
I sorry about that. Is that embarrassing for you, Mr. Matthews?
Hey, it's fine. I go camping with my sister. Remember?
No, I'm. Am I embarrassing you?
He looks around. Uh, yeah, totally. You're embarrassing me. He looks over toward Wilfred, who still who has gotten up tangled in his fishing line for a second time. I think everyone's struggling a little bit.
I I'm so sorry. I have no idea how Muggles do this. I would just cast Reparo, and it would just be fixed. I can't even. How do you people? I mean, how do Muggles live?
Your repairo's not going to fix this. Nothing is necessarily broken, he says.
I
Reparo,
know.
he casts down, and the tarp still stays the same.
Wow. Well, that's just wow. I'm just staring at it.
He's going to lean down toward you. Let's put it back. Get to that like corner, and he and you, like hands very close together, are tying a knot together. He gives you like a thing to hold, and he's
Mhm.
looking down, and he'll do it for you. and maybe you now know why you weren't able to do it. You're
Yep.
a little distracted.
Okay. Yep, that makes sense.
Got his hair like down his face a little bit.
Yeah, he's hot. I get it, Alex.
Okay. That's Morrigan. McKee?
I think McKee said she'll be right back. I thought a lot about this. I think I always want to relax. I think I'm gonna go learn to fish.
Fishing. Wonderful. Wilfred has finally got out of his little thing here. Thank you. Thank you very much, Professor Mill. Maybe you should try out the kids fishing line and not the fly fishing line. You know what, you're right. And Milne will like nod and will walk away. And he picks up the fly fishing line again. And you walk out.
Are you sure you want to do that line?
No one can tell me what to do, he says. Tries again.
Do you know how to use a fly fishing line?
Not at all, he says. Yeah! And he's going to make a sleight of hand check. That's really good. You got like a 22.
Nice.
Yeah! And he just like flicks it up like a whip. And the hook goes far and then hooks onto the microwave nearby. And he will pull, and the microwave will fall off of the podium with a heavy smash. Yeah! I did it!
You were aiming for that?
I said I did it. Wasn't aiming for it.
Wow, that's crazy. Can't believe you were able to actually pull the microwave too.
My next bet is the whole power line up there. You can see a big wooden pillar with a long copper wire that is streaming down from it. Here, you try. He will give the thing over to you.
To hit the power line?
Or whoever. You could aim for Anicia.
All right, I'll try and aim for. I don't know. I'm just gonna aim for whatever the little practice fishing stuff is for.
All right. Make me a survival check.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and survival check. How do I cast this? I have to cast it good.
Okay, survival check.
So that's 5 points to Slytherin.
Yep.
And that is
Right.
also your Muggle Studies grade, so you have an O in Muggle Studies now.
Yeah, because you got to go 10 o'clock, then 2 o'clock, quarter to 3, tour to jet, twist, pass to do a little teapot, then the wind up, and then you just let her go. You get the perfect cast.
What?
That's going to
The
be
fuck?
inspiration, Nick.
That made me so happy, bro.
Holy shit.
You don't think I don't know how to perfect cast? I was a muggle. I know the perfect cast.
Peter,
Yeah.
because you got a natural 20, you will automatically succeed any check made to do fishing out
Let's
in the
go.
wild.
I can
Apparently
fish.
Peter is a master at work here.
It's not a fish.
Wilford sees you do it, and he's like, beautiful. Because when you do watch a fly fisher, like, it is really, really amazing. Teach me your ways, he says.
I have something to show you. I learned from the greats.
Teach me your Muggle ways.
Ways.
It's like way of the open fist, way of the steel heart, way of the Muggle.
I have something to show you, Wilfred. It's called a movie. You know about them.
You know, people have talked about maybe like making a Muggle studies subclass. Super wonder. I've never seen a good one yet, but I do wonder.
I throw a toaster. I use augmenti and throw a toaster. Now it's electrified augmenti.
394. All right, that is yours, and McKee, you're last.
Hey. Okay, what has everybody done so far?
We've
I was
got
doing the
building shelter
laundry.
that was failed to do. We've
Okay.
got fly fishing that was like fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I will do. What other ones are left?
We've got start a fire, tie knots, identify poisonous plants, find water, craft a snare.
Find water.
Okay. Drusilla's over there. She's kind of pooling over maps and a few books.
Hey,
It says here
Drew.
that moss always grows in more moist, dry areas,
Yeah.
especially if there's
Moss
a
really likes
waterfall
anything
nearby.
moist and dark. They tend to flourish in areas like that.
Oh, hey, McKee. I didn't see you there. Sorry if I'm awkward. Sorry if I'm honking at all.
You're not honking. You're fine. Are you going to the tournament as well?
Yeah.
Who's in your group?
Reese and Nate and Sadie. We're all going together.
Oh, that's really cool. That sounds like fun.
I hope so. I just thought it might be nice to get some time alone.
Sure. Let's have some alone time together, I guess.
Well, with the tournament, Reese has just been kind of quiet after our date.
You being a turd.
I don't know if he wants to go on a second one or continue it or just forget about the whole thing.
Don't forget, he's a bit of an idiot. You might have to tell him straight up that you want more dates. He's probably just panicking on the inside. You should have seen him before the ball.
Really? What are you talking about?
Really, really. He was a mess.
Well, just because he felt uncomfortable.
No. He was nervous.
How do you know?
I always know.
He's barely even talked to me. He keeps
Again, probably because he doesn't want to look stupid in front of you. Which inevitably makes him just look stupid in front of you.
I hope that's what it is.
I promise
guess I'll
you.
have 4
Go
days
talk to
find
him.
out.
Yeah. You know what you should do? One night while you're camping, just sit on his lap. He'll lose his mind.
Is that a tactic you use?
All the time.
And it works? And it works?
Every time. Every
She
time.
looks through the doorway at him making more knots. Okay. I'll try it out.
Good idea.
Wait, should I do it now or should I do it when
Is he sitting?
No, I shouldn't do it now.
I look back at him.
He is
Is
sitting.
he sitting down?
Go do it right now.
He's sitting at a desk.
Go do it right now.
No, there's so many people around.
It doesn't matter. You won't even notice all the people once you sit on his lap. Go, 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 go.
Make a persuasion check.
30-20.
I'll push her forward.
I push her. Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, I'm eating pretzels.
You
She
thirsty?
gets kind of pushed forward. She looks back toward you and then forward toward him. She closes her eyes. Okay, McKee, don't fail me. And she's going to walk forward. She can see him sitting next to Anicia. They're working on this kind of stuff. And she will stride straight over toward him. Like, step, step, step. She can feel the tension rising in her chest. And he doesn't even notice her until it's like too late. Whoa! And she sits down on his lap. What are you doing? We're doing knots, Ernisia says. Can I try? Yeah. Sure.
I'm gonna like try to make eye contact with Drew real quick. Give her like a thumbs up and a cheeky smile.
Is it working?
I'm like nodding.
Like try to like calm down a little bit. She'll look over and just start casually doing knots. And Reese is like just tense the entire time. And Ernisia is looking at the two of them. Just like, oh my gosh.
Okay. I'm gonna find water.
What did you say?
I'm doing the find water thing.
Find water.
Yeah.
I think I want to
Still
add
gotta
one more
do that.
thing. And that is, she's doing this, watching them. They're starting to do that. Macy is like, oh, I want to get on that. And Ernisia's like, oh, no. And Ernisia will sit down on her. And Ernisia's like, sorry, Macy will sit down on Ernisia on her lap as well. And Macy's a little bigger of a girl.
She's a chubby. She's a pretty little chubby.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Ernisia is like blood circulation cut off to the legs. Macy just starts like working on tying knots too, and Ernisia is obviously in a fair bit of pain, but endures through it. You can see her put an arm around her, and her face is growing a little bit red as they're doing this stuff together.
Cute.
Okay. And then after oh wait, I haven't got your survival check yet.
Yep. We're waiting.
Survival check. 14.
With a 14 of your survival check, you will have advantage on finding water when you're out.
Cool deal.
Any checks related to that? Okay. With Muggle Studies over, and the rest of you guys being able to enjoy your last final 5th period, it's nice and open. Everybody gets a free period. Arcturus gets 2 for not being in this class. Arcturus, what did you want to do with your 2 free periods?
I have to think about that for a little bit because I want to do something to prepare for the group tournament, but I'm not entirely sure what yet.
Okay. Peter Morgan McKee.
So I know I can't teach other students spells, but can I teach an NPC a spell?
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, I'll go practice spells with Nate. I'll teach him a spell maybe.
Where are you guys practicing?
The Slytherin dueling thing, whatever the area,
Hmm.
whatever that was. Yeah,
Slytherin Dueling Dungeon. Yep.
yeah. There you go.
It's in the south dungeons, and Nate's in there. I know how to do defensive spells. He says.
Well, I mean, you're going to the tournament, so you need to be, well, you need to practice. So here's what we'll do today. You can do defensive spells, but you need more offensive spells. Now, this particular spell is difficult. Watch my movements. I mean, my hand movements. I watch it carefully. Now it's a bit of a twirl and a stab. It's called impedimenta.
Okay. I've never heard of this spell.
It's try it. Watch my hand movements. Move your hand like this and stab forward and say impedimenta.
He's like standing sort of next to you. Twirl, flick, and impediment. There is a effect that comes out of his wand and will kind of slowly fly up through the air and dissipate.
Okay, did he succeed?
I don't think that was it.
All right, here's try this. I'll be over here. Now, try to hit me with it. And be warned,
I don't
I
even
will
know
try
what
and
it
stop.
does.
You'll see. Don't worry. Trust me.
Go give it one
Nate.
more try.
So I say you try to hit me, and remember, I'll try to stop you.
Okay. Okay. He like grabs his wand and like flips it in his hand, catches it. Flick. Impedimenta.
Okay.
That's another failure. I'll
Oh,
try one
God.
more time.
Okay.
That one's a success, just barely.
Cool. I will langlock.
Impedimenta. And he will langlock you.
Yeah.
So you flick a langlock his way, and he will throw it back at you.
Yeah. So we'll do the roll off, I guess.
Wait. Actually, isn't he technique, Jordan? I think Jordan might be getting upset at the kids right now for something.
I mean, even if he was technique,
think-
it wouldn't matter because like he can't spell deflected to me, right? Like so,
Yes,
like he's the one who cast. Oh, langlock. Can he spell deflect?
langlock. Yep. Spell
Oh.
deflect.
Oh, good. Yeah,
He
that's
sends
good.
it right back at you.
Give him a
And
thumbs up.
your mouth is gone, and you are hit by the impedimenta. You can make I think it's like a wisdom save.
Yeah, with wisdom save. Yeah. Well, that's a 10, so that's a fail.
Yeah.
So
And you are suddenly slowed. Everything around you is going quick. Meanwhile, anyone watching you, it seems like you're going slow motion. You go to cast a spell out toward him, and he will like just move out of the way, and the spell will go past him.
and I give him a
That's
slow.
cool.
And I give him a slow clap with under impediment. Yeah, right, kind of like that. Yeah.
Okay, enough of that. He will release that. That is seriously powerful. Where did you even learn that?
My mother. I tell him.
Did you say?
My mother. I tell him with a not smiling. But like,
Oh. Okay. Why are you being so nice to me? I mean, we're gonna be on opposite ends.
because we're partners, aren't we?
Partners.
I mean, we're.
In what sense?
I. Well, I. It's hard to put into words, but we were kind of close. I thought.
Close.
thought we might be able to.
Probably one
for-
of my best friends, closest students I'm around. Right next to Logan, but Logan's Logan.
Well, Logan's Logan. But
I just more so wonder what you mean.
so he's asking what I mean. Is that what he's asking?
What you mean by partners?
Oh, I said, well, I'm not the best with words, obviously, but you said we were friends, and I was hoping we could be more than that.
You can see a kind of look of shock come over his face.
It's all right. You don't have to say yes.
Oh, I do. I definitely do. I've never.
You've never
even
what?
done- I've never asked someone to be my girlfriend before.
Well, you're not the one asking, is it? And I smile at him.
You want me to be your girlfriend?
I mean, if you wish, I prefer you to be my boyfriend. But if you want to be a girl, that's your choice.
No. That's for Darcy, not me. He says
Right.
that way. He kind of jokes, and
Right. Well, I mean,
maybe we could go on a second date.
I'd love that. Was this not romantic enough for you, Matthews? I twirl my wand around.
Fighting in the dueling dungeon. I mean, there are things I want to say, and I can't say the things that come to mind initially.
No, say it, Alex.
No.
Oh, because fourth year, not seventh year.
Because it's fourth year.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
That's fair.
The sixth year games feel so freeing. I
Yeah,
can say shit without anything, without any
I get it.
repercussions.
I get it.
He will say, personally, when I think of romantic, I think of, candlelight dinner, or a fun little activity.
A dueling in a dungeon. That's right up there.
It is, did you guys fight? You guys fought, right? Is that,
Well, like in the one match, yeah.
yeah. It's like, it is kind of how we met, so.
I know it's a bit of a tradition. But no, I see what you mean though. Yeah, we should go out on a date, I think.
After it all, you and me. How about, you ever been to the theater?
Like a Muggle movie theater.
More like a play, actually.
I've seen a couple as a child. Not too many, but you know what? We could go. I've always wanted to go to a Muggle movie theater.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Star Wars is coming out. You've never
Oh.
seen Star Wars.
What?
All right. You're coming over to my house this break. We're gonna binge watch a few movies, and then go out to the theater and see the final one.
Binge watch. What?
It's a trilogy. He says. I think
Oh.
Revenge of the Sith is coming out.
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith. That's what I was. Revenge of the Sith would be coming out around this time. It's 2005, 6, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Let's see. Revenge of the Sith. Revenge.
it's 2005.
It's already out.
Yeah. It's in theaters right now.
Yeah, so
Uh-huh.
I guess. So
Yeah, we can watch the prequels. I think you'll like the good twist.
the prequels. All right. And these
It's
are
kind of like an opera, or like a space opera. Yeah,
all right. Yeah, I'll
but
watch
without
it.
the singing.
I'll watch it. It's
Okay.
yeah. I yeah, that sounds lovely. We should do that.
I know my parents would be happy to see you around.
Well,
They
they
kind of
seem
never
nice
shut up
enough.
about you after you left.
Huh. Well, they seem nice enough. I like them. So. And your sister was lovely. Reminds me of my own. You'll see her next year.
Then it's a date.
It is. Now, defend yourself. No, I'm kidding. I just yes. We just do a bit more.
Dueling continues.
Yeah,
You
basically.
want to cast some spells?
Do I? Can I? Oh,
You can. You can. You have a downtime, so you can try to cast 2 spells if you want.
I will do that. Yeah, I'll roll in the channel. Don't worry.
Onyx is so happy for you. I love like the awkward
Do we
like
need a
boyfriend
perk?
girlfriend role play.
Do we need a perk?
I think we do. I think we should give it, even though it's not
Yeah.
official. But yeah, we're there.
Let me
Right.
give it 1 second.
The start of 5th year, you guys will be official.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Oh, I out of character. I was under the impression that we were already official, but I guess not. But yeah.
I do have the memory of a goldfish. Did I? You
No,
guys
no, no.
went
You
to the
didn't.
ball together.
So we went to the ball. We went to Hogsmeade. Then I kissed him in the ball, and I rolled a nat 20 on that. So, no, I could be wrong. That's totally. But no, but this is better actually. So no, this is good. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ball does not
Okay.
necessarily mean dating. So
yeah, I know. I
but
figured.
now we are.
Okay. Here's this part. It is called Natural Sweetheart. Nate is always giving you snacks, giving hugs, bringing you medicine when you're sick, and teaching you the art of self-care. Add 1d8 hit points whenever you heal via potion, spell, or hit dice, and you get a plus to the medicine.
Oh, nice, awesome. Thank you.
What's that in your hidden check too?
Just send that new hidden shot.
Awesome, thanks.
And that counts whether like someone else heals you, you heal yourself, whatever. Anytime you gain hit points in any way, you get an extra d8.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nate fancies himself a duelist right now, but he's really good at healing people.
Nice. Yeah.
Still finding that part of himself right now.
Yeah. I figured.
Okay. As for that's Morgan. You want to do your spells?
I will do them. You can continue with the others. I will roll them here. One
Right.
sec.
Mr. Barebone, what do you want to do for your free period?
I'm deciding between spells or annoying Madame Pomfrey. I'm trying to think. Or actually, I think I'll actually go and what's it called? Annoy Madame Pomfrey. See if she can help me practice my healing spells.
Does that mean you want to attempt spells with Madame Pomfrey?
Yeah.
As your helper?
As a helper. As Cassie would say, a candy striper.
You definitely do that. You go up to the hospital wing, and right now it has a few people in here just for a little magical maladies or people who are feeling sort of under the weather. Pomfrey's happy to see you as always, and is very happy to have you assisting her and what she can do. And you guys can attempt spells together. The cool part is that when you attempt spells with a teacher, then you have +3 to attempt the spell. On top of whatever you roll.
+3. So would that be special attempt or no? Question mark.
Yeah, / special attempt. There should be a teacher. Just so you know, because I think it's a little bug. Be sure to write out the entire spell name. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Did it give you the bonus or not?
For
that was Morgan.
I was gonna say that was Morgan.
Never mind.
I have not done it yet. I'm trying to remember which one was the one I wanted to attempt. Repair of fours is one that I want to attempt. That's very
Fours.
true.
That one's a really good one to have because it can negate conditions.
So I do / special attempt or no? I my brain.
Yeah, /
blanked.
special attempt. Yeah.
Okay. Spell repair
You should see one
forge
that's with a T-shirt.
with professor.
Be sure to type out all of Reparaphors.
Okay, and then alternate casting false.
Yeah.
21.
I
Repair
assume it gave you your bonus?
Yes.
What's your healing bonus?
My healing bonus is a +5.
And your
Plus 2. Plus
so
3.
it gave it to you.
Oh, I
21. With Madame Pomfrey's help, you and her, she shows you a young boy who has been very badly hexed. He has huge boils that on his face that kind of make his face swell up to about 3 times its size, and he's unable to see. She shows you the wand movements and allows you to cast it. You can hear the boy go. He does not want to be anyone to cast a healing spell on him that is not, the nurse. But you do so anyway because he can't speak. And with Reparaphors, you can negate his blinded condition, meaning that you can make all of that swelling kind of drain down, and the boils will have to be helped by some potions from Madame Pomfrey. She
Okay.
commands you.
Yes, I'll be able to do it. Furla, the bandaging charm.
Rula, yeah.
Okay. Second one / special attempt. Spell out Furula correctly with professor. Alternate casting faults. 17.
All right. With a 17, you are able to cast out Ferula and start bandaging up certain people. There's a young girl who has unfortunately had a bit of a run-in with the moving staircase, and she was bleeding, and you were able to staunch up the wounds. Jeez, that's a little unsettling. And Madame Pomfrey, after all is said and done for the day, says, "Oh, you've been a great help today, Mr. Barebone. I always love it when you come up. I'm not so alone." Have you ever thought about pursuing life as a healer?
No, not really. I was mainly just here to help. I hate seeing people when they're hurt, honestly.
After school, there is a special post-secondary education. It's the London School for the Healing Arts. You might think about applying. You use someone like you.
Thank you. I definitely think about it.
And she will thank you. You'll be on your way with a little recommendation. She says, "Keep up like this, and I'll write you a recommendation myself." And you got 2 fucking healing spells locked. Well, I don't know if they're locked in, but that's awesome.
They're locked in now.
Locked in. Both of those are really, really good spells to have. And with that, I think that is where we're going to end
My turn?
tonight's episode. Oh, I thought we did McKee.
No, you don't get one, McKee.
We skipped.
Fuck
the
you,
game.
McKee. Who cares about you? I'm sorry. Mind of a goldfish.
Forgot I exist. How rude. Mine is
For
pretty
some reason, I
simple.
thought we had already had a scene. What do you want to do?
We did just have a scene with Priscilla, but we haven't had a scene we do it free time.
That's probably why.
I just want to research a spell. I would like to research Confundo.
Yeah, that's available next year.
Yeah.
It's canonically supposed to be like a kind of difficult spell to do. Thunder Charm.
Yeah.
I'll allow you to make a history of magic check. The kids are really having a field day.
Having fun before they have to work.
Ooh. Do you have your info?
Wow. I might have one.
If you don't,
I certainly should have given you one.
Oh yeah, you did definitely give
From
me
your
one.
role
I
play
will
with
use it.
Drusilla.
Let me roll it.
Right now. Mommy, I'm gonna go pee.
After
After?
19. We'll take a 19 for sure.
I'll have it be available to you. And maybe next week we'll be able to even attempt it.
Hurrah!
Wonderful. So that's where we'll end tonight's episode. I will inform you as to the payment situation in chat, and we'll talk about it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Onyx, for hanging out with us in Dark A's and Light. I hope you guys have a great day today. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye guys.